A few days later, Mark begins to recognize behaviors in her that he had seen prior to the collaring.
About 2:30 in the afternoon, she went off to a cliff and waited there. There's no markhor around at all. And then suddenly you could just see a few boulders rolling down. And there's one markhor was coming down the cliff. And she heard the boulders. And she moved around this cliff and took up this position slightly higher up, and the markhor sort of went down away from her and then down towards this gully. And as she came down the screw slope, she did this rolling thing which she does. She'll roll right over on her back like a domestic cat. When she does this rolling, you know that she's into a serious hunt. We don't quite know why it is. Maybe it's to kind of mask the scent or change the colour. So she went further down and she got to this point and she was looking down at the markhor. And the markhor just went over the lip of the gully. And as soon as he'd gone over the lip, she charged down the hill, really long run. And got to this bush and hid in this bush. I was following her down, and I got to this point, and because of this black and white viewfinder in the camera, I couldn't really see what was going on. And in fact, the markhor was just right in the middle of the frame. I couldn't see it at all. And so I was like, oh, where's she gone, where's she gone? Moved the camera, and at that moment, she charging out of the bush and took him out. Jumped right on top of him, and they disappeared down to the bottom of this gully. She had made a successful kill, and so even with this white collar on, you know, she was obviously still able to survive. So that was quite a relief to see she could do that. That was good.
For the longest time, I was really upset. You know, I just couldn't see the justification of all of this. But now, having seen her hunt with a collar on, it's almost like she's happy. She seems okay, and it almost seems worthwhile.
The successful hunt is a turning point for Mark and Nisar. It becomes clear their photographic record will be more important than they had ever imagined. The researchers will be able to use these images alongside the data from the collar. They're far more informative together than either is alone. Using this combination of science and film, we're finally starting to understand this most enigmatic of creatures. A window on the life of the snow leopard has finally been opened. Over the next few weeks, another benefit of the collar becomes clear. In the past, the team had to rely on instinct or rumours to find the leopard. Now they can use hard data from the collar. For the first time, the team can actually follow her. The information from the researchers leads them back to the local village where Mark films her sleeping next to a fresh kill. But the camera reveals her prey to be a wild markhor, not a goat. What is learnt from studying snow leopards now may help to save them in the future.